Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2024 Darkhorse Classic and Booyah Cup finale live here in Sturtevant, Wisconsin. I'm Sean Green, joined by the man with the plan in the booth, Mr. Ryan Mooneyham. Mooney, we are here for doubles 01. This is the pro side, and this gentleman right here is Luke Pritzel. Luke is playing with Matt Graff, and they're taking on Elliot Milk and Kevin Luke. Good match right out there.
That's a great match to get us started. A nice little. This has got three Booyah Cup players in this one, teamed up already against. You got the Milkman and, of course, Kevin Luke. Then we get to see Lucas. How well did Lucas play yesterday? Nice, qualified for the Booyah Cup, so we'll get to see a little bit today. Absolutely.
Well, it is an honor to be here live at the Booyah Cup, and it's a pleasure to be joined by you.
We're looking at best of 3 of 5 on the front side, and then 2 out of 3 in the back.
No, it is race to 2, it looks like.
Race to 2? Okay.
Yep. On both sides of the bracket. It is 501 double in, double out split bowl, which makes doubles all that more important in this type of event.
Also playing for the freeze.
100%.
We don't see that freeze very often on the courses. On the steel tip side, we never do. But the freeze, you got to understand that, you can't take it out if your partner is above the other 2 opponents' scores.
Yep. And we'll explain that as an actual in detail when we get down to it. It's better to explain when there's actually a situation in place for that to happen. But just know that the goal is you got to stick close to your opponents. All 4 players have to. You cannot possibly, especially in this type of format and these type of players, have one player dominating. You both have to work well together, and that's what I love about the freeze rule.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't understand that if you really looked at it, it's 4 individual singles. Play your single, and if you play the well to the best of your ability, you're either going to take it out or you're not going to freeze your partner. If you keep that mentality when it comes to freeze.
And it's also the worst feeling when you do freeze your opponent.
You do not want to freeze your opponent.
Yeah, your partner, yeah.
Or freeze you
want
to freeze your opponent, but you don't want to freeze your partner because everyone talks about when they play freeze.
Is he going for it? He would have shot at it based on the score lines, which is why you saw him get a little upset on the second dart.
Yep. I don't know how many times, people talk, how was league night? Oh, I froze my partner. Or how was that tournament? Oh, I froze my partner. It's crazy.
All right, so let me ask you a question here. I love asking you this question, and the debate between steel and soft is always prevalent in the dart community, even though both are absolutely wonderful games, just with a little bit different strategy involved depending on what format we're playing. This is double in, double out split bowl, which is a great switch for soft tip if you are a steel tip player. And you have a team of Kevin Luke and Elliot Milk who play both steel and soft tip. Matt Graff and Luke Pritzel pretty much are soft tip players only. In this format, does that make a difference?
I think it makes a difference because let's say you play soft only, and when most of your leagues or all your leagues always have open full bowl.
Now, I'm going to disagree with you for 1 second, and that's because at this level of these caliber of players, they should be playing leagues. And if they're not, they definitely absolutely should be that are double in, double out split bowl at the very least. I know we're spoiled in Indianapolis with 5 vendors, but the top players, the top leagues, even the mediocre players, they love playing that split bowl format because it's just it's more pure as anyone can hit bowls all day.
Yeah, that's
and single out.
Most leagues will have that open in, open out, full bowl on the soft tip.
Absolutely.
Side.
You're 100% correct about that.
We're talking meat, potato, ABC.
But these are not your average dart players.
These are not your average dart players. But the average dart player on a steel tip league, whether it be your local VFW or whatever, you're playing 501 open in, double out, trip 20. So having the steel mentality going into a split bowl, regardless of what level you are, I think is an advantage, in this style format. If this had been the opposite, it's to be if it's full bowl, that those soft tip players that play primarily full bowl will have the advantage to some degree because they're used to 150, 120, things like that.
That right there was Matt Graff, Wisconsinite. This is South Dakota, Elliot Milkman, and he is that tall. He's about 6'6". It's not every day I feel like very short. But when I stand next to Jason Watt and Elliott Milk together, it's like playing against the Twin Towers.
You feel short? You should be in my shoes.
You said it, not me.
I feel short next to you. So
well,
imagine
everybody saw the pre-show. They know why.
Yeah, I look up to everything.
All right. Kevin Luke took out leg number 1 with a fantastic start. No one else was really close to even touching him. This is leg number 2. Race to 2 in this format. I like this format because, yes, there are some absolutely solid teams. You got the team of Danny Baggish, Leonard Gates. Anyone can win a race to 2.
Well, and it's got to remember, this is a good warm-up match.
Yep.
Get the juices flowing. Get the darts on the board. You know, get used to the venue. Get used to moving around the room for your floor matches. This is what this is designed to do.
And that's why the Booyah Cup finale is not the first event of the day today, correct? That's a mentality there?
That's a mentality. That is correct. I mean, you want a warm-up event. So regardless if you're on Pro Tour, regardless if you're going to your local league night, regardless if you're going to your first blind draw, you want something to warm up before it's time to play.
There you go. Cassie's in there. Shouting out Elliott Milk during Shark Tank 2 years ago. Here's Kevin Luke doing what Kevin Luke does. Big 171 from Kevin Luke. That's a lot of 19s. That's a Stowe Bunce amount of 19s.
That's a Stowe Bunce amount of 19s. He came to mind on that one. Boy, can he murder that trip 19.
It's almost exciting to see him start to switch to it because you know it's about to be like even heavier scoring than he always does.
What if you're the score caller and you see Stowe start going to the 19s? Oh, no. What is that again?
Well, hopefully you've memorized all of that math.
How well? Not this guy.
95, 133, 171.
Yeah, 1552.
Well, but the majority of it's going to be either that.
Yeah.
95 for 5, 133, or 171. Who says soft tip players don't know math? Because that's what I started out as. Definitely a soft tip player. Sean, they are soft tip dartboards, so they are plastic tipped, but this is about as high quality of a dartboard as you're going to find. Each one of these bad boys is multiples of thousands of dollars. And you have a team like Jason Watt in his bougie ritzy hotel room, or Rizzy hotel room, G3 set up in the
quite a
hotel
little
room.
travel gear to get there.
I'm telling you what, that is a flex that is nice to have. All right, this is an important turn here for Elliott Milk, and this is where the freeze starts to creep in a little bit. A 180 doesn't do anything to freeze his opponents, but it might save his partner to have a shot at the 128 if the 148 doesn't go. But here we go, Luke Pritzel. 148 left. And he's trying to work out the math in his head.
Are you 2 trip 18s or 2 trip 20s on this?
I'm a 2 trip 20 person.
I like that route better. I know a lot of players want 108 for tops.
Which is fine. And I don't disagree with that either.
I don't. Either way, whatever's your fancy.
All right, this is for the match. Kevin Luke, 128. Going to start on the 18s. Treble 14. Oh, he stayed there to leave double 10 because he liked the lay of that first dart. Leaves 8, which might come in handy depending on what Matt Graff does here.
If Matt
143
has trouble here, Milkman can either take it out or freeze.
Treble 17. Double 16.
Doesn't
Textbook
matter.
from Matt Graff, the Wisconsinite, with a 143 checkout when he needed it most. And he got a little nod of approval from Elliott Milk as they will shoot the bull here for the start of leg number 3. Last leg decider. What a round there for Matt Graff. Big darts. Elliott Milk is listening to Big Papa by Notorious B.I.G. on repeat.
Over and over and over again.
Rest in peace, G baby. All right. Looks like the start's going to be Luke Pritzel, Matt Graff. Advantage early on for the Floridian and the Wisconsinite against the heavily probably favored team heading into this of Kevin Luke and Elliot Milk. The more well-known.
More well-known. I wouldn't. The favor side, and in this bracket, you just got to kind of throw that out to the side. It's only race to 2 legs, so it goes for anybody. You have one tough turn, you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you run into a buzzsaw 10-darter, 11-darter, 12-darter, and, well, that was it. Coming off the 143 checkout when he needed it most, Matt Graff in on double 15. And if that doesn't scream, I play soft tip only, going in on double 15 definitely does that. But it doesn't matter because he's hit it every time.
Hey, it starts a start. I don't care what double you start on.
Just below the wire there for Elliott, and that was worse. Uh-oh. And that might hurt. Chance to run for a round here for Matt Graff and Luke Pritzel. And this is where the freeze almost comes into play now.
Both players for Graff and Pritzel are in. They just need to smash down them numbers. Catch Luke and Milk struggling to get there, either with the freeze or can't get there in time.
Beautiful darts there from Luke Pritzel. Is it just me, or is Luke younger than you thought he was?
Kevin?
No, Luke. Luke Pritzel.
Oh,
Sorry.
Luke Pritzel? Yeah.
That's obviously Kevin Luke is probably younger than he looks. Matt Graff, but I'm talking about Luke Pritzel.
Yes, younger than I thought, yes.
He looks like he's not even 30 yet, which is just annoying that he's already that good at darts. Of course, that's saying something. There's a 17-year-old that's doing way better than that. Hey, Amber. Hope you're doing well. Elliot's going to have to start running here. He almost has to be perfect. Or near perfect. And if you're Elliot Milk, you've done that before. So that's nice to know.
Graff Pritzel had the buy into this round. Milk and Luke had bested Jenkins and Jose Copin?
What? I'm not going to believe you. Out there on one of the boards, Watson. Why did I try this? Watson and his partner taking on Marks and Johansson for the opportunity to take on Danny Baggish and Leonard Gates. All right, so I'm going to give you a little bit insider here, Ryan. Someone is not happy with you in the venue right now, and he is a Wisconsinite named John Pilgrim. I guess during the pre-show, I wasn't listening to you, don't worry. I guess during the pre-show you said pretty much that he had no shot to beat Danny Baggish in the first round.
No, I didn't say that.
That's the way he took it, and he immediately took out his headphones and goes, "That's all I needed to hear," and then immediately walked to the board. So
maybe that's a good thing.
I already said to Matt Graff, if John does best Danny in round one, make sure that he goes over to Ryan and says thank you.
Oops.
That's all right. Don't feel bad. I don't think you said anything over the top at all. Chris asking, you guys streaming the blind draw tonight? Absolutely not, is what Will just said. If it was up to me, I'd be like, yeah, for sure. But someone's going to have to do damage in that blind draw, and his name is probably not Sean Green. But I will be an anchor for whoever I get as a partner, depending on when the Booyah Cup finishes.
You like being the anchor?
You mean like weighing my partner down? Yeah, no, it feels awful. That's why I'm in the commentary booth all the time. This is for the win, and there it is. Matt Graff, the Wisconsinite, takes it out, 41.75. Talk about a good time to have a 12-darter and double in, double out, and he gets it done. And how about that 143 and the Wisconsinite and the Floridian? A bit of a shocking upset there in round number one over Kevin Luke and Elliot Milk. And, well, this guy right here needs no introduction. This is Mr. Alex Spellman, ESPN athlete and two-time defending champion at the ESPN Shootout. And he is not happy with that 5 to start off with. And when he struggles with this game, he will pull that dart into the 5 quite often. It is a 1-0 scoreline right now. Scott Miller and Rob White taking on Alex Spellman and Jason Watt. We get a little BDG action. Kenny Windsor. Love it. Guys, let us know in the chat where you're tuning in from. Let us know who you have. Sean Green, Ryan Mooneyham, Will Stewart, USA Darts. Live here at the Booyah Cup. This is the 3rd year of this bad boy, and with the amount of growth that it's seen in the first 2 years, this is just going to keep getting more and more exciting.
It's going to get bigger. It's going to be more exciting. It's going to be harder every year to win.
Great darts here from Mr. Miller. What a setup. That's a 1-6-5 to leave 16.
Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Trip 20, trip 20, trip 15.
Alex Bowman has no shot to take out this. He is frozen. So all he can do is set it up. And he is so annoyed right now that those first 2 darts were so good. I don't know where that last dart was. Oh, he's trying to leave 2.
Yeah, leaving 2, 48.
I get it now. Had to think about it for 1 second. Casey, the brackets are located on CompuSport. If you want to head on over there and check those out, just search Darkhorse Classic, or just Darkhorse will probably work. And you'll get right in there. That is Rob White, who just makes it a little bit harder for Jason Watt, who is mathematically unable to unfreeze his partner here in this leg. And, of course, he throws a 140 in now. But that will give a little momentum heading into leg number 3. It is a 1-0 scoreline for Spellman and Watt. They can kind of afford to lose this one.
Yeah, a double 8 right here since it's a leg 3. I mean,
Legend Scotty Miller.
You got the opening leg. Didn't get this leg, but let's do it now.
All right. See your show. Going first might be the difference in this type of format.
I believe so. Going first and making sure you're in first dart.
Just round the outside. My wife's saying, Savannah just heard me, so she is arguing with me that Alex Spellman is me. So, Alex, I guess we look similar. I'm sorry about that. So just letting her think that, which is perfect because, Savannah, you're about to see Daddy throw the best darts of his life.
And in first dart.
Already the best darts of his life.
You do have a nice beard.
You know what? I've been working on it. It used to be patchy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sean with a bit of an opening there to start off. And I'm just going to call him Sean Green for the rest of this match. All right, Scotty Miller gets in on dart 2. A Wisconsin legend, for those that are unfamiliar with this game. He did not hit the button there, so this is going to be interesting. But Jason's going to definitely check that out. Used to it. Scotty still has no idea that happened. He will never know. His partner just said something to him, I think. But he doesn't care. He's a legend.
Last leg, Watt struggled to get in. Needs that first dart to fall.
And that is exactly what he wanted. Going to transfer the 19s. I actually like that. If you're going to start on double 16, I like the transfer the 19s, unless you're me and you can't hit a 19 to save your life, and you really love those single 3s. But who am I kidding? I wouldn't have gotten in anyway. All right, Mr. White. Just below the wire on the double 18. All the players are in. So now it's just a typical double in or single in, split bowl format from this point forward.
Yeah, it's crazy when you play open in, open out. You just go right up there. But when you play double in, double out, the first thought you have when you go to the line is, I do not want to screw this up because I didn't get in first round.
Sean Green with a big 1-2-5.
You mean Alex Spellman?
No. Remember, my daughter thinks that's me, so I have to make her think that. Nice. Looks like on the other board we have our next matchup coming to you after this one. Finishes up. It is a women's doubles. 501 open and open out. Olivia Terry, Paula Murphy taking on Caroline Ngucci and Jessica Melton.
Spicy.
That are 4 competitors in the Booyah Cup finale later on for the women's. And Mr. Watt here going to try and run. Finds it on the last dart. I'm telling you what, if I had a G3 in my hotel room, I don't think I'd sleep for the entire time at a dart tournament. It's almost dangerous to have that thing available to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing, and I mean, I've taken the travel board before and put it in my hotel room.
Well, that's a 180.
But to actually have an actual G3 in your hotel room, that's the next level.
I did say that it was the most bougie thing since the Jaeger machine.
Yeah,
for a dart tournament.
Hey, each your own. You got it. Travel with it.
Spellman leaves the first look at a checkout. And Savannah, that is just Daddy's nickname. It's Alex Spellman, so just go for that. Wade Shaman there. What's up, brother? Todd, you're absolutely welcome. Thanks for joining us. And Scotty Johnson, appreciate you. Saying Spellman Watt for the win.
Speaking of BDG, here comes Watt. 10 plus or better. Give Alex opportunity for that 157.
Just trying. He needs to stop hitting those numbers. That's a good last dart. A necessary last dart. It will give Alex the look no matter what. The math is mathing correctly there. Typically, you start on 265 and steel tip on the 19s.
I prefer the on 265 go the 19 route. I want that 95 minimal.
Yep.
If you start on the 20 and you drag 5 or 1, you really can hurt your chances because it has to be triple.
Spellman just trying to set himself up, and he is not happy with those first 2 darts.
He just needs to set it up, prepare for the next round. 95, good shot, 62 leaving.
Alex Spellman played the World Darts Championship this year. American #1 on the CDC Order of Merit, and Continental Cup champion in 2023 or 2022. Sorry.
Two-time ESPN. I mean,
absolutely
quite a resume.
What's up, Kevin Schmitz, the rabbit in there? Andy, appreciate the kind words.
2 in there and looks for a third.
That's a big round there from Jason Watt in a needed round.
Much needed round. No freeze opportunity. Spellman will be looking at that 62 for the win.
And that is all Jason wanted to do. No matter what, the only thing that Mr. White can do is put some pressure on it. Good last start. Steady ton. Not going to be enough here. We'll see what route Mr. Spellman decides to go. Treble 10, double 16. 1 dart at the double. It'll be 32.
Going for that 32.
And Alex Spellman at 33.40 wins the leg and the match. They get it done at the end of the day. And for Jason Watt, he's going to like the fact that they won that match with him not throwing his best.
Well, here's the other thing, guys. This is the teaser. This is the warm-up. Watt needed that big round late, and he did it. Gave Spellman the look for the 62. Spellman was way out in front. The opponents both out of the out range. So it's a team effort on freeze. Got to remember that.
Absolutely. And Matt asking, can someone tell me what the freeze means? And that's absolutely something that we can do. So in this format, you play on your own scoreline with your partner on their own scoreline. And the goal of the freeze is if you and your partner, whatever your combined score is, so say first person has 70, the other person has 80 left. So 150 points total combined score. If their opponents partner is above that number, so say they're at 162 themselves, then the partner of the 162 cannot take out whatever number they have left. They are frozen until their partner gets below the combined total of their opponents. So you will see a lot of times players will leave 2, players will leave 4, depending on the situation, to try and get as low as possible for the potential of a freeze scenario. And sometimes in this format, you have to just play the freeze.
Yeah, so this is a true testament of a team competition. When you play 501 stack scores or 501 as one team, let's say you throw a 41 and a 45, but your partner goes 180, 140. You're at an out. If you throw that 41 and 45 and your partner's well out front, but your opponents are playing like your partner, you make it harder on your partner to check because he's got to get there quicker or he gets froze. So you really got to pull your weight in a freeze.
Here is Jessica Melton. First look at her today, and you see the nice smooth throw from her. Big hat trick to start off. Open in, open out here, 501. Freeze, in effect. Here is Paula Murphy, who needs no introduction, who immediately walked up to me this morning and goes, and just displays her outfit and goes, better.
Oh, you got called on that.
That's okay. I told her about it. I tattled on myself, and she was fine with it. But at the same time, I told her, I said, you're Paula freaking Murphy. You can wear whatever you want. And then she just laughed, and I walked away. So I think I won that battle. And if not, you know, she didn't tell me, so it's fine. Here is Carolyn Noguchi. And I'm telling you what, she has her shoe game on point with those Nikes. And here is Miss OT from the TO, Olivia Terry from Toledo, Ohio.
I got to give you that one. OT from the TO. I'm going to run with that all weekend.
You know, I'm right here. You can't steal something when I'm right here.
I stole it. It is done. Stole, folks. You stole the coffin shop. You did steal my coffin shop.
I give you credit for it every time.
And I do the boom for you.
And I let you say it when we're working together.
OT from the TO. OT from the TO. All right, guys, back to the match.
See what I have to deal with, guys?
I don't know how I keep getting invited to these gigs. The amazing Sean Green on the mic.
The best Dominic Teixeira is in the chat, watching along with us. What's up, Pops? Hope you're doing well. For those who don't know, Nick Durachi Teixeira's real name is not Nicholas. It is Dominic, just like his Pops.
Does his dad have the hair, too?
I don't remember what Pops looks like. No, Pops does definitely not have hair. No offense, Pops. I don't have hair either. Big hat trick from Carolyn Noguchi. Both players so far on the team of Melton and Gucci have hit hat tricks. And here is Olivia Terry.
OT from the TO.
Trevor Sellers, sponsored by To The Point Streaming. And they're saying, let's go O. Rooting for Miss Olivia. Hey, shameless plugs are always okay. We are live here on USA Darts. What an honor to be joined by these players. I'm Sean Green, joined in the booth by the old ball and chain, Mr. Ryan Mooneyham.
I'll take that.
And I just mean with how much he weighs me down. And then the anchor is over here on my other side, Mr. Will Stewart, a.k.a. Backpack. Although this weekend he is strapping me on his back, and I'm just going along for the ride. What's up, Dagger Dan?
Not happy with that first dart. Not happy with that second dart. Paula Murphy pulls back.
And with her throw, the fact that she fit that in there, because her throw with where she comes attack angle-wise, she's more blocked than others.
Yeah, that's why she stepped back. And she may have made a slight adjustment to the right when she stepped back. She also recomposed herself. You know, you make two misses, and you're able to pull back, recompose, go back to the line, and grab a bullseye. That's experience.
Great darts from Carolyn.
She has been a bull machine.
42.11. I don't care who you are. That's a great average. Olivia can just put some pressure on, see what she can do. Treble 19. How about a high ton from Miss Olivia Terry? Big darts. Just leave tops, just in case. Jessica is just going to try and get as low as possible here. The lower she gets, the better chance to freeze Olivia Terry's 40 just in case the 122 doesn't go. And that's the opening that Paula Murphy was looking for. And this is the type of moment where Paula Murphy just hits a hat trick just because it's the timing that she needs to do.
You just need a hat trick. You don't got to be crazy. Just hit the simple hat.
And chocker. Brian Henry in the chat saying, "What's up? Great job, guys. The greatest button pusher in CSC Challenger Series history." No offense, Miss Neal. Mrs. Neal. All right. No freeze in play here. The 122 is what's remaining for Carolyn. Oh. And now she cannot take that out after the first dart.
She needed those 2 bulls to hit. Take a look at the double 11.
And unfortunately, leaving the 58 is also not really great for the freeze, but OT's up. Tops is, yeah, all day, every day.
1-shot finish, OT from the TO. Mr. Sean Green's
The good news
prize.
is that by the end of this match, he will have ruined that phrase for anyone with how often he is saying it.
I got to stop. I apologize. You're the best.
Well, thank you for the compliment. It didn't have nothing to do with what was going on in this moment. Olivia Terry, Paula Murphy take out leg number 1, and it just seemed like they struggled more than they actually did in that leg.
Yeah, Paula didn't have the first 2 rounds she wanted. She smashed that 150 to give Terry the look at the tops. We've seen the big-time bulls coming out of Melton and Nwigi.
You guys hear that? The faint laughing from the laughing assassin himself, Mr. Jordan Myers, in the chat.
I even hear Jordan here, and we're 3.5 hours away from him.
Are we that close?
Maybe 4. If you ever went into a stadium of 80,000 people, you could find Jordan Myers.
You're not wrong. As long as something funny happens. And Carolyn settles in after the first 2 darts. Does find dart number 3. Not happy. 1 bull around in this level of the women's bracket altogether. You need it. You're looking for low ton is a little bit above average, and hat tricks are gold here. Mr. 26 in there, which is the greatest dart nickname of all time. He must love breakfast. Saying great stream again. And here is Jessica Melton. 1-0 lead here for Olivia Terry and Paula Murphy.
Ooh, not happy on dart 1, not happy on dart 2. Needs the bull.
No, and those are miles off for her. Does find on dart number 3. Good readjustment. Something that a lot of players do is they get frustrated after the first 2 darts are missing really badly, and they just throw the dart quickly on dart 3. It's always better to just kind of take a step back and readjust.
We've seen that with Murphy. She took a step back.
Yep.
Blocked her out. She still was able to grab the 50 on the 3rd dart.
All right. Here is Carolyn.
Carolyn, leg 1 was a bull machine. Struggling in leg 2.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt in this format, and that's going to hurt with the opponents that she has. Paula just drags that 2nd dart over into the 11, but then settles right in. Big 111. Randy asking a question about anyone check on Maloney this morning. We know that he is back home dealing with personal matters, and we wish him all the best in that endeavor, but he will be back again today for this. So one of the few players that does not get the warm-up event today, and with him playing late into last night and the format that they played, I don't think that's going to hurt him.
No, if anything, having the morning off to rest will benefit him.
OT pulls that last dart, and she'll let you know about it too. Carolyn threatening her partner on the freeze. Going to need a big round here. Man, right on the wire on dart 2. Does find a low ton. It was a needed low ton.
It was a needed low ton. It was also very good looking. Should have been a hat trick. Just missed by 1 hole. I think they call her smooth. Just watch.
Will not be able to leave a finish no matter what she does on dart 3, so bullseye is all that she needed. But Jessica, depending on the freeze, has 6 darts from 154. And again, that does depend on the freeze. Mr. Ewing in the chat, Kyrie Washington, tuning in, Lafayette's finest.
Not happy with dart 2, leaves herself 99, back to the bull.
Yep.
Had to go bull there, folks, because of the freeze situation.
And we're going to see a little bit of a difference from strategy of math versus strategy of get as low as possible. In that case, you want to go for the dart that's going to kind of ensure that as much as possible. And OT is going to make this very difficult. Oh, and I like the bull on dart 3 from her, too.
I think she should have stayed on the bull.
Yeah. Especially with 277. Right now, not frozen by 1 point. So whatever Carolyn does, if the 173 defeats it by more than 1 point, then the 49 is frozen. So that means a 114 at least needed from Paula Murphy.
Yeah, so if she, instead of going for the 20, dropped a hammer dart on that bullseye, the freeze would have opportunity a little bit easier for Miss Paula Murphy. 173 not an out. Her goal right here is to get as low as possible.
Above 114 will freeze. And, of course, she does that. It's Paula Murphy.
Got to give her a fist bump on that.
Hat trick.
Timing shots. Last leg, big 150. This leg, big 150. Both in her last term before Terry takes an out or can look at an out.
And Jessica has some chills because she is frozen. So all she can do is try and set this up the best she can. She was trying to leave 1 there because it is open out.
Double 13 here to leave 2.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to go trip 9
and
potentially bust.
13 is the safe spot.
Just figuring it out, just making sure. I think that she did figure out the double 13. Just kidding. Lying again. I hit the button here, is what I do.
So
that's a very bold move.
105 does not have to go.
But it definitely can.
164 is a big opportunity for Carolyn.
Bullseye 5, bullseye. Bullseye. The 164 gets a chance here.
It's a big ask.
This will be fun.
It's a big ask.
The good news is it's full bull and open out, so it's a little bit easier than another format would be. Bullseye first start, and then treble 17 or treble 19, treble 19.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah,
not going to go.
It's always tough when you're looking way ahead at the first start, and that is unfortunate. Unlucky number 13. And those might be the last 3 darts of this match. Single 16 or double 8. Single 16, right in the heart of it. And Paula Murphy and Olivia Terry, 2-0 victory over Milton and Iguchi. Jessica and Carolyn shot well there, but just not good enough on the timing. Paula timed it every
I was going to say, glad you said timing. Paula Murphy, leg 1, big 150 timing shot. Left Olivia Terry with the double top. Leg 2, Paula Murphy, a big 150. Gives her and Olivia Terry room to take out their outs. Murphy takes out the 23, the nice 7, fat 16 to finish it.
All right. All right, guys, so we're going to head to some great drone footage, compliments of Mr. Will Stewart, the GOAT, and then we're going to take a short break and come back with our next match. It's going to be Cody Brunello and Dan Burke taking on Robbie Weissmith and Ryan Gervais. We'll be right back with more after this.
All right.
He's the greatest darting force on the planet. Bullseye. Oh, we got one. The fish has been landed. We know he's too good. The world number 1 world champion. Incredible stuff.
It's Women's History Month. A to Z Darts is celebrating by encouraging you to show your love for the ladies in our industry. We've dedicated a page on our website called Women in Darts, where you can browse all of our female signature darts and flights. If you don't see your favorite player, simply check with your local supplier. And don't forget to thank your female bar owners, league organizers, or the women that are employed with the manufacturers in darts. If you love our company, we're always proud to share that we have a strong female leadership and perspective here. We're led by a female CEO and general manager. We have women leading our online sales, wholesale, and warehouse departments. I myself act as the creative director for all of our brands, A to Z Darts, Magicware, and USA Darts Production, where we live stream some of the best female talent in the world. There are so many women in darts that make our world go round, and we hope you take the time all year long to show them your appreciation. Thanks for watching.
Robbie. Okay.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2024 Booyah Cup in Darkhorse Classic. Doubles action still underway as we've got the Whiz Kid and Ryan Gervais taking on Dan Burke and Cody Brunello. William Stewart here alongside me for this one. Mr. Ryan Mooneyham. What do you say, Ryan?
Once again, we got Ryan is in the Booyah Cup. Cody is in the Booyah Cup. Dan Burke has been in the Booyah Cup in the past. Came on for the onsite qualifier, did not qualify. And then you got Robbie the Whiz Kid himself. You know, it's a good, juicy matchup. I think this is an even match across the board.
We'll see what happens. Who do you guys have in this one? Let's hear it.
You got to go with anybody that's got the name Ryan. Ryan's a good name. Just to remind you, for the pro bracket, it is open. It's double in, double out, split bull. So you got to have that double to start. We've already seen what happens when you don't open, how far you can get your team behind. It's the freeze roll. And as you join us to this set of doubles, we will discuss that freeze roll from time to time.
Absolutely. Man, that is a smart-looking jersey that the Whiz Kid's wearing.
I think he's EMC squared.
I mean, it is an Einstein of a jersey design. Here's Dan Burke.
Recently called Dan Burke's matches for Shoot the Rapids with Mr. Will Stewart.
There you go. You can see Dan is one of the players that is left-eye dominant as a right-handed player. As you see, he takes the dart almost right to the dead center of his nose line, which is should stick out to you as being a left-eye dominant player. Whereas Ryan Gervais is the opposite of that. He throws that right-eye dominant right below that line. And here is Cody Brunello. I'm a fan of a good pullover, and I like that pullover a lot.
This is a top 8 match on the winner's side.
Ooh, they're already in top 8.
Top 8 on the winner's side of the thing.
They're rolling.
Yeah, they are moving along. But we've got an exciting event coming up, starting at 2 o'clock for the women, 3 o'clock for the men. This is the teaser. This is the get the juices warmed up event. Let's get this thing going, and that's what these players are doing.
At least the ones that are playing in it. Mm-hmm. Everyone else is just having a good time at a local weekend dart tournament with some of the best players in North America has to offer. And I just was speaking out there to 13-year-old Liam Musser, who was curious if we are streaming any of the men's side and with the pro and the women's side. And I said, I have zero idea, but we'd love to have you on stream at some point. So he's going to be a tough person to play in that side of the bracket.
The one thing of it is when you put together a stream of this magnitude, we cannot do every single match like we would love to. And we don't pick the matches. The tournament directors give us the matches they want to feature.
Yep, and that lie has worked for us this entire time.
The entire time. And it's going to be the next one for the next event and the event after that.
But to be fair, it actually is true.
It is true.
Wink. All right, here's the Whiz Kid. A nice cover shot there, 93 scored. Dan Burke on 254, a chance to be the first to look at a finish. Needs a ton plus to do so. And you want to talk about going straight to your eye.
Right off the center of right off the center of his nose.
Oh, that works. It flights all the way over into the treble 18.
I'll take it for a leave of 120.
That's the best type of drive-by in darts. What a flight that was. You always remember the bad flights, but that was ridiculously good. Pressure from Ryan. Ryan gets a tough matchup right at the gates. against Mr. Leonard here in the first round of the Booyah Cup finale. And I'll be here all week. Aaron Jalbert in there saying, put me in, coach.
Ace, you got to come play this event. I think you could do good.
Paul Rogers says, hello from the smoking area, and I'm telling you what, it is an absolute pleasure to see Paul and Jen here. Jen made me sign a jersey, so that is now worth less money with my autograph on it.
My autograph's on it, too.
Oh, never mind. It was already worth less money.
It was like, now it's at the point where they can't even auction it.
It said it was for a good cause, and
it is a good cause.
And I was wondering what that cause could possibly be to where they want to destroy that jersey with our signatures. Dan Burke, 120 left, and he is frozen. So let's point it out here. 196 is the total score of his opponents. His partner is at 245. That is higher than that combined score of his opponents. Therefore, Dan Burke cannot go out. And that is the freeze rule.
And that is the freeze rule. And then Dan Burke with the 120, even though he's froze, his goal is to get his score as low as possible.
Neil Big Boy, and I'm picking my Monday partner, Ryan Gervais, over Leonard Gates. And I hate to say that you're just copying me, but I did mention that as a possibility in our pre-show if you happen to see it. Double 9 misses from Mr. Gervais, and Cody is annoyed that he's not lower. It's pretty much 180 or bust here.
Well,
he got quick on that second dart, didn't he?
140 on the turn. Good turn there.
But unless Robbie busts himself, most likely there's going to be a freeze in play.
10 or 6.
Yep, I like the wire there. Unless now, well, there's no real worry unless you fall into the double 15 or double 17. So don't do that, and you're fine. And hit it. How about you just hit it?
Check. Good shots. I would have went 10-6 there for the inside of the 8 or the double 18 or the double 20, just in case, because I don't want to set myself up for the I bust to give my opponent back, take away the freeze. Robbie didn't do that, but good darts.
Great darts there as Cody's going to start it here. Double in, double out, split bowl, the format. So you have to hit a double to get in. The split bowl format means that the red bit of the bullseye is worth 25, and the black bit of the bullseye is 50, which is why you'll see the players shooting at trebles in this format. That treble segment is much bigger than the double bowl and worth more points.
Worth more points, bigger. You'll set up for the double out. You won't set up for the bull unless you absolutely have to. I really would like to track the doubling out percentages in events like this.
It's Jervis, not Gervais. So there you go. Dang it. Well, that was me. That's all right. I blame myself. All I do is I just read what's on the teleprompter. Also, it's spelled wrong on the sheet, so it is not your fault, if that's the case. Yeah. You spelled it exactly how you spelled it on the sheet. Yep, so I don't know.
I think it's how you spell it. At least that's what Gina Hollandane said.
Yeah, that's it. Gervais. It's Gervais? What?
Gervais.
At this point, nobody knows.
No, it's Gervais. That's what
All
Gina's
right,
saying.
Back
Gina
to
would
the
know.
match. Back to the match. Speaking of Gervais.
Gervais. How you say it wrong right away after
20.
we just got it corrected? I meant to just ask him. This is why we can't have nice things.
That's why we can't have nice things. You got that right.
All right. Here's Dan Burke, or so we think that's how he pronounces it.
It could be Bark for all I know. No, Dan Burke on the wire. First team booked into the top 4 on the winner's side. Alex Spellman, Jason BDG Watt.
They will take on the winner of this one.
The other team booked into the top 4, Danny Baggish, Leonard Gates.
Gets it done over Pritzel and Graff. And I promised Matt Graff that I wouldn't say anything while he was live on air, but my God, is his throw atrocious. Might be the worst throw in darts.
Did he not take out a big out?
Listen, he got it done, and that's the most frustrating thing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were watching Matt Graff play and you were like, ooh, he's really good, I should do his form for darts. If you do that, you will hate this game forever. He is the one person in the world that can do that throw and make it work. Just like John Henderson. It's the one person in the world that can make that throw work. But here is Ryan Gervais, which I was today years old when I learned how to say that. 177.
Nice.
You say his name correctly, and he hits a high ton.
Nice.
Gina, you're probably not wrong. I've met Matt in both situations, and the situation you just described is hilarious, to say the least. Looks like if you're a ship in the water, you're going to have to avoid the streaming areas. A kraken has been released into the streaming area. Miss Chrissy Grimmel. That was much better than you said. You weren't even listening to me.
I was looking at brackets.
I know. It was so good, though. Just take my word for it. It was so good.
It was so good.
All right, here's Cody. 1-0 scoreline for Ryan Gervais and Robbie Weissmith. Dan Burke, Cody Brunello. Ryan set himself up beautifully with a 177 to leave 112. He has options here on the 18s or the 20s. Depends on if he wants to leave tops or 32.
It's going to leave looking for leave 32.
Which he does not do. Treble 12 or treble 16 is the right dart here.
Chooses to go 54.
Which is idea. Would have left 18. Dan back on 273. Another situation where I like the 19s shot on 273. But that's because I just like a nice even number if I hit a 133 by the grace of God.
Well, if you'd hit the 133, you're sitting on 170. That's why you would go that route, yes, sir?
Yep. Nope. You have 140.
140. 95. 95 would have still left him.
But unfortunately, he went on the 20s, and we're just going to... Yeah, you're right. I do that. Don't want to tell him. All right. Danny Baggage is playing with a unknown player named Leonard Gates.
I've never heard of him, have you?
I have not. I heard, though, that he is really good at just winging it for an hour and 50 minutes on the live stream.
Got it. Well, we'll see in a minute.
I have not laughed harder than some of the things that he said on that stream.
Come on, Gator. 54.
Tops. And Ryan takes it out, and that will win the match. Ryan Gervais and Robbie Weissmith move on against Dan Burke and Robbie Weissmith. Sorry, and that was the wrong teams, wasn't it?
Yeah, Gervais and Weissmith have booked their appointment with Spellman and Watt next.
Yeah. Robbie won. He didn't just lose. So Spellman, Watt, Ryan Gervais, and Robbie Weissmith. I'm just going to ask him real quick. I'll be right back, dude. It's all you. So, guys, if it gets quiet for a second, just know that it's definitely Ryan's fault.
It's definitely my fault. What we got coming up? Smith and Grimmel, Tynan spot on the stream for the ladies' doubles. In the other top four match, right now we got Olivia Terry, Paula Murphy. They are waiting on the winners of Wallenberger and Nagelo, or Myers or Vanessa Tox. So good matches coming up very, very soon. The pregame show, we introduced Liz Tynan from Chicago area. She's, you see her warming up right now. Fantastic shot. We're working on getting more and more information about these players as we work the field.
Yeah, it looks like we got a good female matchup coming. So what do you say? We'll take a quick one. We'll let these ladies warm up, and we'll be back with this great matchup here in just a second, as I know Sean's hashtagging the Abigail Scott stuff out with Abby Spot right now. We'll be right back, folks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2024 Darkhorse Classic and Booyah Cup finale live here in Sturtevant, Wisconsin. Sean Green joined by Ryan Mooneyham. We got a great matchup here on the winner's side of the ladies doubles 0-1 between four of the most talented dart players in the room, male or female. You got Chrissy Grimmel, CSC Challenger Series Division I participant and WCS champion. She is playing with WCS player Miss Hunter Smith, and they're going up against the duo of Abby Scott, a.k.a. Spot, right here, and Liz Tynan. Four very, very talented players. This matchup, I don't think there's much difference in it. How about you, Ryan? No,
I don't see it. I mean, it's going to be about winning the cork. We've already seen in another type match the Paula Murphy's big 150 timing shots. It's what's going to be the tell of this tape.
Well, here is Hunter Smith. It is open in, open out, full bowl here in the ladies. It is still the freeze rule. That is in place. Mr. Windsor, I am wearing, of course, my sponsored shoe and wardrobe. That would be Hey Dudes.
And so just so Windsor knows, I'm wearing a pair of dress shoes.
I like how you look down.
I remember what I had
just
on.
to say the words dress shoes. He forgot what type of shoes he was even wearing.
I don't know.
Which is all he said there. Here is Chrissy Grimmel. And release the Kraken with a hat trick. Abby start off with maybe the worst round she's thrown in the last year. She would like to pick that up here. Her release is so smooth. The dart just floats to the dartboard with pace, but it just looks like it floats through the air, which is what you want in your release.
Speaking of release here, Hunter, not a very good start. Looks to go at least a ton plus here.
Does that with a 102. Great adjustments after the 2 on the first start, which can be frustrating for anyone. Here is Chicago's finest, Miss Liz Tynan.
Speaking of finest, 150 for Miss Tynan.
That's a hat trick for Liz. Chrissy, though, does have the opportunity for a first look at a checkout. And she does exactly that, leaving 137. Abby on 348. Hunter on 329. This is kind of a battle between the first player and the second player, and this is not what she was looking for there. And that's the annoying part for Abby, is that she knows exactly what she did wrong on Dart 1, and then she did not make the adjustment on Dart 2, and then she finally was like, I know exactly what to do here, double bowl.
Yeah, I know you know we want Dart 1, Dart 2 to score, but she was able to grab that third dart, at least get 50 more points. What she did not want to have is 3 fly-offs.
What she didn't want to have happen was Hunter Smith hit a hat trick right there.
Nice bunny up on the screen for Miss Hunter Smith. 172. Bull bull.
Well, not what she was ideally wanting to do.
Now, 172, I mean, I think she would have went bull first and made a decision on Dart 3 to throw the bull, leave 22, trip 12, trip 16, different routes.
Trouble 17. Trouble 19 with left 30, which and soft tip is fine, especially open out.
Yeah, I mean, it's inside or trip 10.
There's no harm in that.
There's no harm in that. Yes, sir, that's correct.
Abby needs a big round. A very big round here. Hat trick or bust, really. And bust is going to be the answer there after Dart 1. Which is why she went for the...
Yeah, tried to get that trip 20, did not fall. Did get the bull there at the end. Manages 86, however, it's a predicament.
They will be frozen.
It's a predicament.
Automatically they will be frozen unless, for some reason, Hunter hits like a 3 total. she does not do that. So
just needs another bull. Don't got to be fancy. Don't got to set up either. Set that freeze.
That's exactly what she does there. Liz is frozen with 102 left, so all she can do is bullseye treble 17, or anything that she leaves is what she's going to leave.
That 60's not bad. I mean, it's just not where she needed to be. She needed to be down around, 10 or 12, if not less. 187. It's playing at 69. It's just they're frozen.
Yeah, and no matter what you do, 187 cannot go out in 3 darts. Single 9, and that's leg number 1.
I like that throw.
Or it goes to Grimmel and Smith.
Inside for the double. Inside for the double 9. Didn't hit it. Straight 9 to finish.
And Abby throws a 26 there in that leg, which is about her floor of averages. So you expect that to go up significantly here in leg number 2.
That is correct.
Here is Liz stepping up first. All 4 of these ladies playing in the Booyah Cup finale later on today. 2 p.m. Central. And my goodness, is there a lot of money on the line.
Yeah. I mean, I think this tournament will pay out when we leave 30, 40 grand, if not.
Maybe we should ask Jeremy that in the pre-show.
I mean, there's just a lot of events.
What? Almost 50.
Almost $50,000 total between the Darkhorse Classic and the Booyah Cup finales. That's a lot of stinking money. There's the hat trick we usually see out of his Abby spot. Good stuff.
That was a smart move there, Scott. Gets a hat trick on the board. Hunter would like to match it. Misty asking if it's a draw event or pick your partner. This one is a pick your partner that's going on currently. This afternoon's Booyah Cup finale is singles. Long format, which I'm so excited for. And then tonight is the blind draw at 8 p.m. open to anyone. And if they mean anyone, then
they mean
I might be able to play.
Sean Green.
No, I'll stop. I bet the Booyah Cup's still going on then.
Booyah Cup being long format will separate the players. 2 out of 3, best of 5. You can have a good 2 legs. When you're going best of 11, you got to settle in. You got to throw. You got to stay consistent. Consistency is what's going to win it for you.
1,000%, and understanding that it is definitely a marathon and not at all a sprint. Abby stays perfect. Hat trick. Just slightly better than her last leg. Just settling in on stream. You can see, I think Chrissy she was pointing up, which was interesting. That second dart is in a 17, right? Oh, the 2 of them are in the bullseye, though. So there you go. 117 scored for Hunter. Liz back on 330. A hat trick will leave 180. Does her job. Low ton all needed with her partner perfect so far.
That's what you want to do. I mean, you don't have to be the one to take it out, but you got to be the teammate to get your partner there.
Chrissy not going to be able to leave a finish after dart number 2. In that situation, Ryan, is that a moment where you are aggressive on shooting at the triples there to try and be the first person to leave a finish?
I think the low ton or the high ton is necessary at that point. You got to get yourself in a position to try to win, especially with Abby throwing on a perfect.
Until you said that. But
she's still
great darts after 9. She's sitting on 94.
8 out of
My
9
goodness.
perfect darts on the bullseye.
Abby spot, Abby spot, Abby spot. Na. Hunter Smith, hat trick Hunter Smith. right, I'm done. Liz Tynan stepping up. Although her name also is conducive to that exact chant, by the way. No, it's not. It's actually different. The syllables need to be 2-1, not 1-2.
Yeah, well, I honestly didn't get in that karaoke contest because I would have been worse.
What are you talking about? That was you who sang right now.
Yeah, okay, sure.
All right, Chrissy Grimmel, 194 left. She's going to look at it, but she'll need 4 darts if she wants to take this out. Low is the name of the game. She would like to leave 79 right now, or less than that.
Just down that trip 20.
99, I would have rather gone back to the bowl on that last dart.
Well, it's that aggressive play. And Abby's coming up for 94. Liz sitting at 108. Your partner's at 161.
Treble 18 first dart for Abby. Bullseye for Tops. Tops, 12 darter. And Abby's spot fires back from the 26 average to a 41.75. And let's go to a last leg decider. And my goodness, are we going to have a good matchup coming up on the other board. We'll tell you about it shortly. But just know you're going to want to stay tuned and hit that share button just right this second.
Like, share, get the popcorn popped, get the beverages out of the fridge. Let's go play some dots.
Well, not ideal there for Chrissy Grimmel. Liz, 99% chance to win that diddle, and she does so. That's one of those moments where if I'm Chrissy, I go, can you count the holes for me? Just to make sure. Will that be the difference? 1-1 scoreline, last leg decider. Liz Tynan and Abby Spot going first. Abby darn near perfect in the last leg. And that's what you're talking about. Race to 2. You just need to time a perfect leg. And you don't have to be absolutely perfect, but a buzzsaw of a leg will make all the difference right here. Liz would like to start off with a hat trick, and I have said more obvious things, believe it or not, this weekend. Low ton bare minimum with all 4 players, and hat trick is the goal.
Yeah, that is exactly right. Hat trick is what you're planning for. But the problem is like you said, if either team, every player's got to hit low ton or better. If not,
wow,
the other team will just take off.
39 from Chrissy Grimmel to start it off.
We already seen,
and she ran away from the board.
Previous leg with Abby Spot shooting a 12 dart leg.
Yeah, Abby is going to miss left and right only with how dialed in the weight of her darts are right now. That first dart barely missed into the single 6. But she is feeling it right this minute. And Hunter trying to pick up her partner. Only start off with 39 points. And unable to do so, this is bad timing for a leg like this. If you're Chrissy Grimmel and Hunter Smith.
Liz Tynan, 102 on the open. Looks to go low ton or better here. Starts off with the 50. Backs it.
She'll take it. 119 on the board. We got a Yenza in the chat. Chris Marcy Janik. And here is the Floridian. Miss Chrissy Grimmel.
39 on turn 1. Dart 4 not fall. Dart 5 now short.
This might be the worst leg Chrissy has thrown in 10 years so far after 6 darts. I think if she closed her eyes, she would be shooting better than she's shooting right now.
Speaking of shooting good, Miss Spot.
Yeah, she is spot on right now.
Back-to-back low tons from Tynan. Back-to-back low tons from Abby Spot. Hunter Smith coming to the line at 414. He's got to have a hat trick or better. I mean, a ton plus for sure.
Guys, let us know in the chat where you're tuning in from. We are live here in Sturtevant, Wisconsin for the Darkhorse Classic and Booyah Cup finale. Sean Green, Ryan Mooneyham, USA Darts Production. Pleased and privileged to bring you this coverage live for you today. The main event coming up 2 p.m. for the ladies, 3 p.m. for the men, and that is Central Time.
Tynan and Spot continuing with that low ton assault.
It's almost like a death by 1,000 cuts. Low tons, low tons, low tons, low tons.
It's that slightly average low ton or better that's just killing them. because unfortunately the Kraken is struggling, and Smith is not far behind her.
Yeah, if you would have said 54 points was her best round in 9 darts, nobody would believe you.
No.
Abby's
I
gonna
wouldn't
hit
believe myself.
Yeah, Abby's going to hit a hat trick right here. 128 left for Spot. Again, just in fuego. Back-to-back 40-plus averages so far for Abby, and the talent. I'm telling you what. Karen, you're absolutely right. It's like 4 individual scores at the same time, but you're playing with your partner. The goal of this game is to combined play well. Unfortunately, right now for Grimmel and Smith, they are playing combined poorly, which is not a good way to win.
No. You don't want a team of Spot and Tynan to get out in front of you like this, because they won't let you catch up.
We got Scott from Narlands in the chat.
Narlands.
Karen, Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. I have yet to see that ever, so that's awesome.
Hey, it's 36 degrees and wet and rainy here. I wonder what it's like where she's at.
Significantly warming.
Significantly warm. Maybe 85. That'll be awesome. $128. Bullseye, bullseye. She's got the first.
28 for a masterful back-to-back legs, and she does so. 128 finish for Abby Spot.
Back-to-back 12 dart lines.
Dynamite for Spot and Tynan. They win 2-1. And you just saw the best version of Abby Spot back-to-back legs when she struggled in leg number 1. That is resolve if I've ever seen it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next match coming up on stream. It's a bit of a heavyweight battle. Danny Baggish, Leonard Gates taking on father and son duo, Rick Hensey, Tyler Hensey. Whew. What a battle coming your way next. Stay with us. USA Darts Productions live here at the Booyah Cup. We'll be back with more right after this.
Tell by the way they're scoring, there may be nothing in it. One man misses, does the other man get? Yes! Double 12! That is the most amazing leg dance you will ever see in your life! I can't stay! Double 12, and the 9 Dark King lands another one! Covered by Team Michael. Double 12, back going! Is complete, incredible stuff. The world #1 is world champion.
breaking soft tip news, Windmill has announced a string of American player signings, including PDC superstar Jules Van Dongen. You've known about Leonard Gates, of course. However, we also saw Mike Maloney, Rick Hensey, and Garrett Rakowski, who are prominent soft tip players. Not to say they've never won anything on the steel tip side, but they are renowned for their soft tip accomplishments and dominance in the US. And for you folks overseas unfamiliar with these guys, just go on over to our YouTube page at USA Darts, type in their names in the search bar. We have dozens of great matches featuring all 5 of the new Windmouse sponsored players. You will not be disappointed. It is astonishing to see 3 sponsorships that are soft tip leaning by a major darts brand with over 50 years of experience in the industry, not to mention the Blade 6 being the board sponsor for the PDC. So if that doesn't answer the question, why do people play soft tip? I don't know what else can. We totally understand how the UK folks might not get it and just don't realize how popular soft tip is globally, but trust us, we at USA Darts Production literally make half of our living streaming soft tip events and the other half streaming steel tip. You don't have to like or respect the soft tip side, but at least be aware. Soft tip is obviously beloved by enough people who truly enjoy participating. And now players are getting signed by Windmow. I can't wait to see what's next. The new FitPoint Plus CC conversion points. The CC in the name stands for carbon composite, which is a material that is very durable yet very lightweight, close to the soft tip plastic points you're used to throwing. They come in 2 available lengths to choose from, the shorter 25mm and the longer 30mm. They feature barbed tips that help to prevent bounce outs. Something to be said about these is they're very aggressive at first, versus being made smooth and wearing out to virtually nothing. So you can speed up the smoothing process by taking sandpaper to the barbed section. Here's a quick comparison of a brand new set versus a set used in a few games. When these were brand new, we noticed they pulled up fibers from the dartboard, so we recommend throwing at unpopular numbers. The left side of the board, definitely not the bullseye, treble, or doubles. They include a fit to loosen and tighten them. Couple that with a set of O-rings and you're darn near guaranteed a secure fit. That concludes our review. This product is available on our website, usadartsproduction.com. Remember, we're your partner in darts, and thanks for watching.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2024 Darkhorse Classic and Booyah Cup finale live here in Sturtevant, Wisconsin. Sean Green joined by Ryan Mooneyham in the booth. And my, oh my, the players will speak for themselves in this one. Well, they're not mic'd up like they were last night. Danny Baggish and Leonard Gates taking on the father-son duo of Rick and Tyler Hensey. And here is Tyler. Tyler and Rick have to play each other in the very first round of the Booyah Cup finale, happening later today at 3 p.m. And you're going to see the extreme talent of the 19-year-old and Tyler Hensey.
Let's repeat that. Extreme talent of the 19-year-old.
He is one of 2 teenagers in the Booyah Cup finale field.
It's just impressive. It's impressive to not only see Tyler coming up the way he has. I've been watching him progress for the last 4 or 5 years. I told him I remember when you were a 15, 16-year-old kid today. I said, I'm one of your biggest fans.
Yeah, it's one of those things where when we did our pre-show for the CSE Challenger Series for Division II, we almost looked over Tyler a little bit, even though he finished third last season in Division II and was the most dominant player in it until going lose-lose in the King Seat match and the third-place match. So I know that he has a lot to prove this season, which is why he is dominating right now, the CSE Challenger Series Division II. With a tournament bracket where everyone was so close in averages coming into it, Tyler Hensey has separated himself from the entire rest of the field with average and and performance so far. See him representing the Rusty Saloon, where they play their CSE Challenger Series matches. And if you haven't noticed it yet, Tyler's dart nickname is Han Solo for a reason. He can't even take off his own flight from his dart. I had to help him with that earlier.
He tried to get Will Stewart to help him, but Will just looked at him.
Not strong enough.
He wasn't strong enough. But, you know, the thing of it is for the Henseys is they also promote and the owners of Dead Man Darts.
Absolutely. And you didn't hear that there, but Leonard Gage just said, "Come on, Gator." Just in case you wanted him to be mic'd up too, I can just let you know what he said. A 180 here will leave the finish. But a smart dart there on dart 3 to leave it even.
I don't think he was going for the one.
All right, guys, hit that like button, hit that share button. This is a huge battle. And, of course, mom/wife is in the chat watching along as Danny Baggish does hit the 180. That's a 180 for the gambler. Advantage still with the Henseys, especially after this 180 from Tyler. You blew it. 125. He was a quitter on dart 3, but still sitting pretty right now. Pretty. Win more sponsored player, Leonard Gate steps up.
Not happy with dart 1.
Or dart 2.
Only manages 26. That's just not something we see consistently.
Or ever, really, from Leonard Gates.
210, big 170 at least here. They leave tops. Won't go.
140 will do. 110, not bad. The only problem that he's facing is Mr. Baggish is going to be tapping him on the shoulder here. I expect a perfect setup from him.
There's triple.
Yep, leaves tops.
Beautiful
Gorgeous
round.
setup.
180 followed by a 128 leaves him tops. Tyler needs to do his work here to set the freeze.
And he is looking to do exactly that. He has done that. Big dart from Tyler Hensey. Han Solo with a big 180 there. And Gates can do nothing to unfreeze at this point. He tried to, though.
No, only manages 135 that turn.
$32. There you go.
Smooth is better.
Kayla, we are right about 20% of the time. So, batting average-wise, that's not bad.
It's better than some double checkout percentages.
I don't like I feel like you were speaking directly to me about that.